What's up, everybody? This is Markus, your MTT coach of the Academy of Poker, and we have another hand review for you today. You see, we got the aces, and yeah, in that pot, I decided to play it slow. So, yeah, let's see. We face the UTG race that will be our opponent for the day, and as I said, I decided to play it in a slow way. The reason for that was on the one side that those two were fairly short. This guy just lost a huge pot to him or him. I'm not sure who it was, but a lot of times, and this is a PKO tournament, often people then get a little bit tilted and they just shove the next hand after they lost a huge one. So I thought, yeah, let's just slow play it, and most of the time we will have good chances here to see a squeeze behind us and then most likely get it in with the aces. Although we got two calls, however, those two will just fold on the flop. I can tell you that much, and therefore we will pretty much ignore them. I mean, makes the pot a bit bigger, but it doesn't change our two ranges here too much. Hi guys, my name is Markus. I'm an MTT coach of the Academy of Poker, and we have a great offer for you. Our current Academy of Poker course will only cost you 200 euros, but if you do it the right way, you can even get it for free. All you have to do is hit the link in the description below, get in contact with our managers, and you can start right away. And now, enjoy the upcoming video. What it does change is for sure like the betting pattern here, but yeah, he was most of the time they see bet nevertheless, even though it's four players. So as said, we just don't put that in there. If we talk about the ranges, so that would be the normal UTG open raising range here pretty fairly, and then we also have the offending range. As you see, I'm flatting this, and then 3-bet all these hands, this as a bluff sometimes, and for the rest, as also with the blockers, ace jack off, we can sometimes 3-bet here, or also just fold it. And yeah, then as said, we sometimes flat kings and aces here to induce action, to induce squeezes from later positions. Therefore, they also have some percentages. Same even with ace king suited, ace king off. So, and we go to a flop. As you see, he bets really small, a fifth of the pot here. And I decide to just call. Both of them fold. Let's have a look and see what the best way to do. So he should check almost half of his range. Let's have a look. Again, pretty mixed strategies here overall. Let's see some top pairs he would continue with. As you see, not always. He checks them at least a third of the time in general here, as you see. And then goes for the small sizing and like a quarter pot and a third pot. Pretty on the same level. If we have a look, as you see here, pretty well distinguished, pretty well distinguished here between the sizes. Then he just pretty much never goes big, as you see when you look at half pot or three quarters. Pretty much never. However, he decides to make the bet, and we call, as you see, 70% of our range, which is quite a lot. As you see, I mean, in general, we just have an 8% defending range here, pretty much. So we hit that board quite often. As you see, we have some sets, we have some second, third pairs here, and we pretty much call everything. Also, like all the kings, we do fold. What we fold is some Queen X, some suited Broadway where we don't have the backdoor flush draw. Same goes for the ace jack stuff here, as you see in spades and diamonds. As we don't have backdoors, we still call with the ace jack and clubs. So pretty easy to go for. Let's look here with the ace of spades and the ace of hearts. I decided to just call, as you see, because we just crush him so often. He could have king queen, ace king still, of course, even though we block two aces. If it's kings, it will probably go all the way anyway. And yeah, with queens jacks, we want to keep him betting. So therefore I decided to just call. We do that well about half of the time. Most likely the solver wants us to raise this though. However, as I said, we decide to just flat and continue on the turn, which gives us the 10 of spades. Let's have a look. He again goes really small, even less than quarter. As you see here, he does, and he should pretty much never go for this sizing. As you see, he should either go half the pot or check it. That's the two options pretty much. So that sizing was already really off. Now we can put ourselves in his shoes and think, would he go that small with like a set of kings, for example, because the flush draw is out there. Now we also get a open-ended straight draw possible, like queen jack and hearts, queen jack and clubs definitely calls here. For example, 7-9 suited could be a thing. Sometimes it's not in our range, but in general, people could have that. 10-9 in hearts picks up a pair. 10-9 of clubs does call here still. So definitely some things he should charge. So therefore, the small sizing doesn't really add up here. So I thought, yeah, let's go for a race. Let's also see what the solver tells us. Aces again, pretty even here with the raise sizings as you see, but it does like our raise, as I raised it to pretty much the pot here. So like 80% of the pot I made the raise. Solver likes that. We will do that with aces in that particular time, half of the time. Let's see if we would do that more often. In this case, probably more likely to call, but then again, I want to build a pot. We are really deep, and we definitely get value from all the king eggs he has. So therefore, I think the sizing is fine. And yeah, as you see, it's 50. It's pretty much a 50-50 decision. So so far, we're always in the 50-50 range, so it's fine. Now the interesting thing, he almost clicks it back here. Goes a bit, so he makes it 2x my raise sizing, which is really interesting. So first of all, like I'm making it 14 and he makes it 27 instead of, he could already jam it here quite often. So he goes for the raise and then yeah, sorry. Here it's really hard to find that. So we find the raise from him, which doesn't really include that much. So he should always just call ace king. He should even call ace 8 suited here, just in hearts, of course. The rest is already not in there anymore. And with the rest, as you see, pocket nines should still be called, which is kind of interesting. Doing probably some. I mean, it's not even having the blocker, so that's the good thing actually. No hearts in there. 10-9. But as you see, almost no combinations left. You should fold ace queen, of course, now here. And only jam jack 10 of clubs now, for example. And sometimes queen 10, but then only also queen 10 of clubs here. So pretty interesting. He goes for the raise, and I decide to just call, which is, according to GTO, probably a small mistake here. As you see, we should just call the smallest amount of time, actually even fold aces sometimes. But most of all, we should jam it here on the turn, because we still charge all the a lot of draws. That if he has like a big draw like queen jack of hearts, and or even if it's like pretty much queen jack still gets a pretty good price, or jack 9 of hearts as well. All those hands, maybe jack 7 of hearts. For some reason, he should not have that, but could always be the case. So pretty much just like queen jack of hearts, jack 9 of hearts. We have the ace of hearts, which then blocks not flush combos for him, which is pretty nice. So he's gonna have a lot of king x as well. Might have like king 9. King 9 suited could be a thing that he has the gut shot to go with as well. Let's see if that is still in the range. No, should have been folded earlier already, so that is not in there. Actually, yeah, it's not in that anymore. So we decide to just call, and the river brings then the deuce of hearts. And then again, weird sizing. I have 23 big blinds left, and he bets 17. So why doesn't he just jam? It's a PKO, as I said, so he should always jam here. And yeah, that's what also. The funny thing is, he should just check 100%, and he doesn't have pretty much any combinations left. But yeah, now we do see him. Whoops, we do see the bet, which should not happening as he doesn't have anything anymore. So for GTO, it's really hard to go through this because he just doesn't have it. I mean, we can change this a little bit here. By adding the strategy. So as you see, has like really small percentages. We can probably add some stuff here and give this like a 10% chance that, oh, that doesn't make too much sense, that he has queen jack suited again, that he raises that. Maybe nines, 10-9 suited, or ace 8 with the hearts. So to just change it a little bit, and then let's redo it again. So he does have a few bets here, then 4% at least, but still doesn't end up here with anything pretty much. And yeah, with the aces in the end, we have 100% call. So what we could sometimes fold, as you see, were aces where we don't have the ace of hearts. But other than that, we just have to call, and just given the odds, I mean, we get 5-1 on this call. So even though this hand played out really weird, and that's what just happens in low stakes tournaments, it doesn't end up. I made the call, and he showed up with ace king of clubs. So, I mean, I didn't get the full double, 6 big blinds less, so I could have gotten 6 big blinds more. If I 3-betted pre, he probably just 4-bet jams, or 4 bets, I 5-bet jam, he calls, and I get the full double. Even though I had 4 big blinds more, and 3 big blinds more in the middle because of them. So yeah, pretty much evens out. But yeah, just a really, really weird hand how to play. I don't think at any point that we should fold aces here, to be honest. But again, this turn 3-bet looks really weird, and with ace king of clubs, he just has nothing but a bluff catcher here anymore. And the thing is, if I have a bluff here, and for example, he's blocking some draws with his ace, which is pretty good for him actually. So as I said, he's blocking straight out if I have queen jack of hearts. But then why doesn't he just jam the turn? So if he wants me to, because if I have like queen jack of hearts, jack 9 of hearts, something like that, which could definitely be in my range, he wants to charge me. So just jam the, like 3-bet jam the turn. I will call, because I still get like pretty good odds here if I have this huge draw, and then he even blocks one of my outs with the ace. So therefore, pretty weird line, and I just couldn't find a hand that made a lot of sense. The only real value hand, if we look at if he opens from a UTG, kings could be possible but they would just definitely go bigger on the turn. So it could only be pocket tens. That's like the only hand that would make it any way sense. But then again, he would, in my opinion, either just call the turn to let me bluff, because there will still be enough blank rivers, or just jam the turn then. So 3-bet jam here. Because I already invested then another 14 big blinds here, and yeah, therefore this is really, really weird. And then again, this river sizing with pocket tens. In this case, for example, if he really thinks he plays it like this, he should just always check. Like kings and tens really hate this river then. So therefore, really, really weird line. I did end up picking up the pots, as I said, almost doubled here. But again, I really had to share this hand with you because sometimes, yeah, it do be like this, and it's really, really weird how how hands can turn out. Yeah, let me know what you think, guys, about this hand. What did you put the opponent on here? Uh, if you think about it for real, like just like let me know. I mean, pocket eights could be a thing. He shouldn't open pocket sixes, so it's like 3 combinations of eights, of tens, and of kings. So like 9 combinations where I'm beat, and for the rest, I will be ahead pretty much. King 10 suited could also be one, could be a thing. But then again, the sizings are just so weird. So yeah, let me know about this hand. Do you think this makes any sense, or this was a really, really weird play by our opponent? Or yeah, just let me know. As I said, I'm a bit confused here, so I did really wanted to share that hand with you. Even though we had aces in this spot, it just was really, really hard to continue here, because it just didn't make sense. I mean, that's the only thing I'm like pretty much to say, that it didn't make any sense. So therefore, If it doesn't make any sense, you should most likely go with it. Uh, I mean, if I just have like a king, would be really hard. But with the aces, we just beat all those king x hands still. So, and again, the sizings were so off. So therefore, we went with it. We're correct, and yeah, took down a really nice pot here. And yeah, this is going to be it for today's hand review. As I said, leave some comments. If you have questions, let me know as well, either here on YouTube or on Twitch during the stream, or write me on Instagram, whatever you want. Good luck at the tables, guys. Have a nice day, and we'll see each other in the next video. Ciao.